Doing? Alright. How you guys doing? Welcome in to the channel. We are here tonight for Gateway. It should be a great one. Playoff battling racing going on here. Should be a great one from this track. It provides solid racing. I can't wait, so we'll get into that. Xfinity cars at a track like Gateway should be a great one and show. Hopefully we'll get Hendrick here in a minute. So tonight should be a fun one. I don't have ads on my stream, so we can go dive straight into this before we even get this started. So going into tonight, the point situation, Hendrick will be joining us shortly. This point situation has been very interesting, as we can say the least. Irish winning last week locks himself into the next round. Congrats to him again for winning last week. It was a great showing from this series. It was a fun one watching them duel at Pocono, but Irish was able to get it done. Congrats to him again. After narrowly making into the round of 10, he officially locks himself in at Pocono, so congrats to him. Yeti had an amazing race as well, finished runner-up. He wants to get a win tonight, but overall, he did what he needed to do at Pocono. He just needs to continue that rhythm into Gateway, a track that I feel like might suit him a little. I think this track could suit him a little bit. It can either be that or it could be a hindrance. I feel like Gateway is a type of track where you gotta be aggressive to make moves, but we're gonna see how that works out tonight. Spartan said he was gonna miss the race, which kind of did factor in. But no, he is here tonight, so we will not have a controversial person being out tonight. So Hendrick's poll, unfortunately, will not mean anything, which sucks. Since Spartan lied. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Spartan. You lied about missing tonight. So he's gonna make the race. This actually allows him, though. This is good for a situation. This could allow him to make the round of 4, as I think he's gonna be good tonight. Line Cone. Line is also very good at Gateway. I'll say this straight up. Line's good at Gateway. He currently sits 4th in the point standings, so he is +8, +15 for Yeti, +9 for Spartan, who is here tonight, and +8 for Line Cone. Below the cutoff line in 5th is Jordan Dog. He's -8 at the moment. K Therms -11, Perk -15, Impact -8, and then Sterlo and B13. If they don't show up tonight, they're already in a must-win situation. That's a race apart. 2 races to go. It's not a full must-win situation, but I say with Line Cone, Dark Spartan, and Yeti, they're gonna run pretty. They're gonna run really well. So I would say those two need to win the next 2 races if they're available to actually make it into the next round. I say Impact on up is they can point their way in, but Sterling and B13, they're -40 and -49. They need to win tonight or next week to get themselves into the round of 4 or the final 4 for this series. So we only got 2 more weeks after tonight. Next week will be Charlotte. It is a 3-stage event. Reminder, it is Xfinity cars, so it's not 4 stages, so that will be a normal race. And then for our final 4 race, it will be Iowa. But tonight, it's going to be a short track race in Fiend, as we like to say. Gateway, to say the least, is definitely a track where we could see situations going on in turn 1. I think turn 1 is significantly harder to get into than turn 3 and 4. 3 and 4 are smooth. You can get in there smooth, entry, etc. But turn 3 and 4 is a lot different. I feel like we're going to see issues between the drivers. Don't you dare say that to my ass again. Alright, buddy. Don't call me Mega Forehead, asshole. Yeti. I hope you wreck out in lap 3. I hope you wreck out, you destroy your car. I hope you're totaled forever. Yeah. I hope you don't make it to the round of 4. I hope you watch back this replay too, so you can hear me. Yep, noob. Alright. He called me a mega forehead. I feel insulted. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. They are just probably setting up the lobby now. No, I won't let you know when Hendrix live. Hell no, EXO. You stay on my stream and you like it. I actually need the viewers. Okay, so they have 13. They're starting down the timer. Alright, I'll go over my picks from Saturday night. Yes, I did make picks, and I actually put it on the podcast picks, if you guys didn't know. Audio reports. My picks for tonight, Line Cone, and my dark horse is Yeti. Line Cone's really good here. I've watched him run here before. The only thing is consistency on the long run. Mistakes have been costly for him in the past, especially at a track like this. And then Yeti in general, I feel like he's really solid at these short track racetracks. He typically runs well, and I feel like after Pocono, his momentum's going to shift off. And I just feel like it's going to continue in the night. That's my general opinion about this stuff, and they're starting up the qualifying lobby. Oh no, they paused it 1 second for no apparent reason. Yeti just left the lobby. Spartan left the lobby to reset his wheel settings to stick shift so he can fuel save. What a bitch. Also, Yeti, send me another invite, please. It did not work out. Alright, Yeti. There we go. Don't ever tell me I have a massive forehead ever again. I will punch you in your online face. Spartan making us delay. Alright. Thank you, Yeti. Appreciate it. Alright, let's join in, load up the server. We're gonna get this started early on. Why is it going through the main menu? I hate this game. Alright. We're gonna get this started. There's your invite.
Wow, like
Should
no
be...
hi, no nothing whatsoever. I was
No.
in here for like a couple minutes and then this guy just acted like I wasn't here.
We're professional around here. No.
No,
I am in the I am in the middle of an intro, and I already explained a lot of things, Hendrik. It's not my fault you're late.
Bruh.
Yeah, I said it. You're late to the party, so you don't get a hi or a hello. You get a,
Yeah, I just didn't want it anyways.
It's okay. I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry. Alright, we're going to talk about this field tonight. Impact in the 10 machine, plus, I think he's minus 19 on this cutoff line. Tonight is the night where if he doesn't have a good run at all, he's going to be in a must-win situation next week. Yes, he's minus 19 on the cutoff line, has to have a good run tonight, got to get some stage points. If he does not, he could be in a must-win situation heading into Charlotte. So keep an eye on the 10 car. He has to run tonight. Look for him to be more aggressive than he usually is. He might get a little desperate, but we'll see. Next up is Cobra subbing for B13, again, who's out. So B13, if he does not run, he has to run Charlotte, and he has to win. There's no if, it's, or buts about it. He has to win Charlotte. There's no other way around it.
Well, someone who is above the cut line, and I feel confident about him tonight, that is Mr. Lion Cone. 8 points above the cut line. He finished third last week at Pocono. We'll see if he can continue his run through the second round. And then SSJ for Perk. Perk's got a little bit of work to do. 15 points below the cut line. However, last week at Pocono, he rallied to get back inside the top 5 after having a quiet day. We'll see if this 98 can potentially pull off the upset and shake this playoff grid up at least one more time.
Yeah, that is definitely a key point. Next up is Trevi, just running for fun for his team points in the 36 machine. I don't know what to expect from him. Him and Mets always going to have a good battle tonight. Next up is Yeti. Capitalized massively on stage points and had a great run at Pocono. I think he finished top 5 in that race. Got plus 15 above the cutoff line. That's exactly what he needed in the first race of this round to maybe get himself into the Final Four. I think tonight, like I said earlier, he's my dark horse for tonight. I feel like he continues, his momentum continues into Gateway, and I expect him to finish top 5.
Cowboy Tech in the 44. Last week for him, he finished inside the top 20 in 20th. Hopefully the 44 car will be able to show some speed tonight. And then Irish had a perfect start to this round. Made it into the championship 4 after his win last Saturday night. Irish, the only one of the playoff drivers with no worries tonight. We'll see if he can make it 2 in a row in this round. And if not, a potential championship statement could be made tonight for the 7 car.
Do you remember when in the round of 16 where he was just on the brink of elimination and then gets in and then immediately in the round of 10 wins to make the Final Four? So how quickly the tides can change for a driver like in the 7. Next up is T-Stone. He's actually subbing in the 20 car. I think that's none of the playoff drivers' cars. He's just subbing the 20. I wish him the best of luck. I know T-Stone's pretty quick in these cars. Sterlo is not going to be able to qualify, but he is in tonight. Unlike B13, he is making the start, but he's in the same situation as B13. I think he's in a must-win situation from now on. I know Sterlo's got speed. I know he won in the round of 16 at Chicagoland, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he won Chicagoland, but he's going to have to do that either Gateway or Charlotte, and I think there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He has to win to get in. The competitors in this round of 10 are just too quick and too consistent for him to point his way in my opinion.
Next up, a non-playoff driver, Exo Austin. Exo has a few straight top 10s, 3 straight to be exact. The last time he finished outside that top 15 was Phoenix. See if he makes that at least 4 in the road tonight. And then I-Trip into 0. Last week for him, there was a little bit of light from him, but he did finish 13th at the end of last night's race. We'll see if the 0 car can have a better run here tonight.
Alright, we're moving on to Holy Divines, also lagged out alongside Sterlo out of qualifying. Holy, I think, was actually had a decent run at I don't know where he finished. I don't think he ran last week. No, he's subbing for Leppy, who's out tonight. So, unfortunate for Leppy, who got eliminated in the round of 16. Oh, my God, I am out of it. GS Racing, same situation as Holy Divines. Not in the playoffs, just looking to have fun. Apologies for saying that.
Yeah, Holy Divines, by the way, did race last week in the 16 and finished 18th. Georgia Dog in the 18. Of those below the cut line, he's the closest. 8 points back from line to cone. Last week, he did finish inside the top 10. We'll see if that 18 can close in on 3rd and 4th in the points to make this championship battle very tight. And then Stein in the 22 tonight. I think this was a last-second decision from what I have heard.
Spartan decided to race. He was out for the night.
Yeah.
But decided to race.
Yeah, I know. It ruins everything with my poll, but
I mentioned that. Yep.
We're going to talk about that another day. But Stein is here in the 22 tonight. Last week, the 22 was driven by Metz and finished 19th in that car. We'll see how well Stein does tonight.
Next up is K-Therms. He's been a model of consistency this season, but right now he is on the edge. I predicted him to make the Final Four, but currently he's minus 12 off that cutoff line. And with Spartan racing tonight, he's going to have to point his way, get some stage points tonight to potentially get over the cutoff line. So it's going to be difficult, but I think K-Therms with his consistency and good finishes throughout the season can do it. Next up is the guy who ruined your poll, Hendrick. I know you're pissed at him. Spartan. Spartan is plus 9 above the cutoff line. He mentioned last week that he was going to miss this race, and that would have been a dramatic change or shift in these points as he was plus 9. But with him making tonight, that could hinder the movement from the guys below the cutoff line, so look for that to be a change after Gateway.
Basically,
That is all your drivers.
Spartan, I can compare this situation to like a WWE wrestler who is supposed to be suspended but ends up showing up on that exact same fucking episode. That's what Spartan reminds me of tonight.
Alright, I am gonna restart the party.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, gentlemen, we are resetting, and yes, I saw your comment, Sterlo. I swear to God, if you break my bracket, I will stab you. I know you got speed, but I will stab you if you break it. I was very educated with that. that was one of my best brackets. Deadass. Alright, let's see who's gonna qualify up there. I turned off my party audio just so we like can reset all of it. Just to make sure the audio is good. Alright. Yeah, just reset mine as well. I'm gonna double check. I'll check your stream.
Okay.
And then if I don't get an ad, yeah, I won't get an ad. You're actually good with your ads. Hello?
Those in chat, make sure the audio's good.
Hello again? It's staticky. I can tell. It's staticky. Do you wanna try the party, host?
Yeah, I can try it.
Cause I don't. Yeah, I don't want the audio being crappy on one of our sides. That's my main thing. I want it to be good on both sides so we don't have a laggy experience. I apologize. We're just resetting everything. But on pole is T-Stone! I knew it! I knew he was good at this track. Alright. Yeah. Hendrick, I've seen T-Stone at Gateway before. He has some speed. He's really good in these cars. Make sure you include your audio. I'm going to double check audio. T-Stone pole. That is a surprise non-playoff guy in the 20 machine. Outside pole is Line Cone. My prediction to win. Georgia third. Good qualifier for him. Below the cutoff line. Fourth, Spartan. Fifth is Impact. Any other notable names, Hendrick? Now double check audio.
Yeah, I was gonna say Yeti in the 92 will start in the 9th position. Perk and K-Therms 7th and 8th. K-Therms in that 7th spot. Perk in 8th. Besides from them, Irish starting 11th tonight. And then also, Sterlo will be starting at the very back since he did disconnect in the qualifying session.
Alright, let me scream into the mic real quick.
Alright, let me scream into the mic real quick.
Okay, it's good on your end. Let me check my end real quick. Alright, talk real quick.
Hello.
Please.
Hello. Okay, audio's good on my side.
Good on mine as well. Alright, we're Gucci to go. Alright,
We're
also,
good to go.
I hope you're having a good Saturday. I am sorry about the beginning. I was in all focus mode. AKA, I was just trying to finish my pre-race thingy-majiggy that I usually do. Locked in. You could have done my voice for that.
No.
Locked in. No? Damn. Alright, let's do it. We're starting it. Alright, T-Stone on pole. So a surprise pole sitter, but nonetheless, T-Stone, I know he's good in these cars. I've run against him on White Line Xfinity Series. He was really good in them. He has some good speed, so I expect him to be solid tonight. But alongside him is going to be Line Cone in the 8 machine, a playoff driver. Currently, he is plus... Should be plus... Yeah, he's plus 8 at the moment, your cutoff line as of this point. But here we go, T-Stone, your pole sitter. They're starting to go green. They're underway at Gateway. We have a car slideways. That's a 0. I think they might be lagging, maybe? They look okay. I'll get a double check on that. That seemed like an awkward start, but they've gotten it underway. Stage 1 is 19 laps.
Impact
So
just went
it
to
is
a stop exiting 2. Now
Yeah, no, they're lagging.
Yep.
Yeah, no, they're resetting.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah. Clearly resetting. Well, Hendrik, I'll let you know this now. So since we have a stoppage, let me get the race info for anyone who's interested tonight. Okay. So Gateway, the stages are very short. You should not have pit stops during these stages unless a caution comes out. 19, 17, and 48. 48, you're being your last stage. Fuel runs about 20 to 22 laps. You start at 21, 22. But it really depends on how much throttle you use. We know some people are going to fuel save. It's typical for this series and for Heat 5 in general. But I feel like Stage 3, 48 laps, you get around 22 laps of fuel. I don't think you can save that realistically.
Yeah, I don't
You
think you
can't.
can.
No, so I feel like this is going to be a 3-stopper in Stage 3, but I feel like someone's going to try it. I just have a feeling. But Stage 1 and 2, we're going to see all pushing. They're going to push. The thing is, though, tire wear is going to be a key factor as you burn up your right rear a ton here heading into these tight corners where you're going to have to use the brake a little bit to get the thing to rotate if you have to. So that is going to be a key factor. Tire wear, conserving your tires, etc. I got a new chair, man. It's so relaxing. I can brag about it now. It rolls. Any prediction for who will win tonight, Hendrik?
Um,
I mean, my 2 picks.
I will choose. Let me go back here. I'm going to say Perk is my dark horse. And then for my primary, give me Lined.
Alright, so we both agree Lined is going to be good tonight.
Oh, wait, did you
That's a
pick Lined?
consistency. Yeah.
Oh, you picked Lined. Okay, I'll swap then. I will swap. Actually, I'll just play it safe. I picked Yeti last week, so I don't want to do that again. I'll take Sterlo.
Okay. Interesting pick. Well, Georgia Dog was technically the highest picked answer if Spartan kept his word and didn't run tonight.
Yep. But
I
who
think they're
knows?
starting.
Who knows? Maybe Spartan will fall below the cut line. Maybe he
Yeah,
still
exactly.
will.
Maybe he has a shit run.
Yeah.
Maybe he's cursed. Alright, they started up. Alright, here we go for second time trying to get this race underway. Stage 1, 19 laps. Let's see if they can actually go green without the game fucking us over and lagging. Yes, exploit language on a broadcast. Boo-hoo. We don't have any managers. Except Mets and Camo screaming at me, but that's about the point. But here we go. They're already underway. They're pacing to choose and get people back in order for the restarts. So what they're basically doing is doing 1 lap around, pacing, and then they're going to get the order set again. So reminder, line cone on pole alongside them. No, my bad. That's not line cone on the pole. It's T-Stone in the 20 machine. T-Stone on pole, line cone alongside him. Georgia Dog get a good qualifying effort in the 18 machine, qualified 3rd. 4th is Spartan alongside him. 5th, Impact. 6th, B13. 7th, K-Therms. Perks, 8th. 9th, Yeti. And then 0-0 of Trip, qualified in 10th.
Quick note real quick. I know you just mentioned it. Cobra in the 1 car on the outside of row 3.
Okay, my apologies. B13 is out tonight. I keep forgetting that. It's uncommon for him to be out. Here we go. They're going green. Here we go for the first restart of the night after a lag out. We are going green. Here we go. T-Stone gonna make the dive, gonna clear for the lead. Line cone behind him. Still side by side. Here comes the run from the 8 car on the inside lane of the 20. Alright, line cone is back to the inside. I think Hendrik left for a little bit.
No, I didn't. I'm still here.
T-Stone,
'Cause
I wanted you to keep it. I went silent for like 4 seconds. Whoa, whoa,
Oh!
line cone.
Close call for the 18. He hit the wall.
Oh, he's
There we
around.
go.
98 hit the apron. Apron touch by playoff driver. It's costly mistake for him.
Single car, still green.
Oh no, very early on, mistake by him. And like we said earlier, T-Stone still holding on to the lead, but Georgia Dog got around Spartan. Technically, actually, I'm trying to see the car. Yes,
And
that is
don't
Georgia Dog
look
in third.
Now, Sterlo has already passed over half this field. He's in the top 10 already behind iTrip.
I will say, he said he was going to break my prediction of the Final Four by winning tonight. So, he's head on tonight. He's trying to get that W. So, I am kind of scared, but at the same time, I trust the drivers I picked to make it.
And Georgia.
Also, we got line cone.
Georgia trying to get by the 8 on the outside. Doing good so far
Big
on that
line.
top line. I like what I see here early from this 18.
Got the momentum. Enter side by side for second, entering 1 and 2. Slide up by Georgia. He's going to get the run off, though. Look for him to make a move. Going to have to side draft him. Make sure you use up all the speed you can. This is the opportunity for him to pass. It is possible on the outside to make a move in 3 and 4. Still side by side for second. Line hit the apron. Here comes Georgia with the run. Is Line going to have to side draft to 18?
He's gonna
He
clear him.
Side draft by Line. That is good driving by him. Using the game physics and drafting Mondo to his advantage. He was able to side draft him. Here comes Georgia, though, with a run again.
And now he's got
Line
help
is a
from
little
the
slower.
19. This is gonna be a difference maker.
You got Cobra in the background.
He's got it.
Oh, Georgia clears him.
Yeah, that
Nice
little
move.
push by Spartan was the difference maker. But now Cobra's
Hey, they might
there.
be teammates. They might be teammates, Hendrick, but they're both battling for that cutoff line, so they're not. They shouldn't be as friendly as they are at the moment. They're playing for their playoff lives at the moment during this race. So I feel like
Car
as soon as
way
we
up
talk
in
about
the
that,
wall, mid-pack. That was the 0 of iTrip. And also another thing, Trevi in pit road, he might be done.
oh no, the 36 of Trevi. As soon as you were talking about those guys in the rear of the field, Line Cone made a dive to the inside of Georgia after he slid up in turn 1, was not able to make the move and just fell in line behind Georgia again. So 1, 2, and 4 at the moment for JGR
Oh, look at this.
or ILTM.
Impact in the 10 in pit road.
Oh? You don't have to pit during the stage. So he may have wrecked down pit road. No, that's...
No, he didn't
think
wreck.
pit road
he
is-
chose to enter in.
That's confusing. Realistically, if you want to win this race, you don't want to get lapped multiple times.
And Sterlo getting by K-Therms continue to move him up to 7th.
He is moving at the moment. His next target is Irish in the 7, last week's winner. Also lined is again on the back bumper of Georgia. Here he comes. Almost got to the inside of him again, but smooth sailing for the 20 of T-Stone. I feel like Sterlo's got something for him, though. Here comes Georgia and Lined again, battling for second. Line back to his inside. He's going to be able to clear him off the corner. So Line gets back up to second. Georgia falls back to third, and he's got Spartan and Cobra behind him inside the top 5. Irish in 6th. 7th is Sterlo. And then we look back there, it's Yeti and Company. K-Therms, GS, and then Yeti rounding out your top 10 in stage 1 so far. And I'm actually starting to see it. I feel like Line might have something for the 20. Also keeping an eye on Sterlo as he's being held up by the 7 car a little bit. He's going to get the run off of 3 and 4 this time. He might send a dive coming next time by. We are 9 laps to go in stage 1. Here he comes to the inside of Irish. Nearly got there, had to let up. Irish is going to slap the track. Going to slap the wall a little bit. Kept up the momentum somehow. We also got Cobra looking for a move on Spartan up front for 4th.
And Yeti now getting by GS. Yeti has been really quiet early, but he's at least able to move up past the 93. Now, what's going to make this really confusing for Yeti, if he doesn't get stage points here, he's going to lose a little bit of ground to that cut line. Has a little buffer, but this is not how you want to start tonight off.
I feel like Yeti has a little bit more speed than the 34. I think it's 34 of K-Therms, right? Don't know the number exactly. 38 of K-Therms. I feel like he's a little bit quicker, so if he gets to the back bumper of K-Therms, I feel like he can get around him, get some more stage points under his belt. Also, we have a new battle brewing again. Cobra got around Spartan again, and it continues to brew between those two. Sterling makes a dive to the inside of Irish.
And they're actually catching Spartan, this 7 and 16. Cobra up ahead as well, but I'm telling you, keep an eye on the 7 and 16. They're doing really good even when battling.
They got some good speed.
And now
it feels
GS
like they're actually helping
under
one
fire
another.
from iTrip. This is actually for 10. And iTrip just going all in. Blocks 93.
Oh.
Stein to get to the inside for 11.
That's not stun. Is that stun?
Yeah.
He's in the 22.
No,
Trevi around in the back.
Stein swapped cars.
Oh.
He went from the 22 to the 54.
Okay, this is confusing me. Oh, Irish hit the wall or something, lost momentum. Here comes Sterlo 2's inside, they're 3 wide. Dark Spartan in the middle. He's gonna have to let him go. Sterlo just did a 2 for 1. He slides on the track into Irish. Contact between just inside the top 5 there. Sterlo and Irish side by side back there for positions. It's gonna lead the field back to their back bumper again. We're under 5 laps to go in stage 1 at Gateway. Can Sterlo clear him here? Spartan right behind him. Yeti finally got around K-Therm, so he's back into this fight. It's inside, just inside the top 5 here. Sterlo holding in 6th. 5th is Irish, though, holding on to that last top 5 spot.
Oh, contact,
top
Yeti
10 gets
Spartan.
stage points.
Get the 92-7.
He's gonna take that spot. That's key position. That's an extra point for Yeti over Spartan there. Inside the top 5 or inside the top 10.
Now looking for that next spot. He's gonna grab
That's key. That's a good thing. That's a good thing for Yeti.
Spartan down to
More
9.
buffer. All Yeti needs to do is to build on his performance from last week. That's all he needs to do. And also, by the way, as we've not been watching, that 8 car of line has caught up to the 20. He is there. So he's going to be into this fight for stage 1 victory very soon. Look at him, the gain time on entry there.
Yeah, the 20 car overdrove it a little bit, but he's going to get it back, exiting 2. Gateway's not an easy place to get by people. That's one of those things you have to realize. Track position is super key here.
As soon as you talk about that, Sterlo is making a move on Irish again for 5th. He's going to be able to do it.
And the problems for Spartan continue. Stein got by. iTrip to the inside. Spartan now in jeopardy of not getting stage points here. Zero clears.
All right.
Put iTrip to 10.
Where's Spartan? Is he just inside the top 10 or is he just outside
out
now?
of the top 10. Now 11.
Oh, that's key.
And
That's
GS
a key spot.
right behind.
So we're coming to white flag this time by. T-Stone has led every single lap so far, but Lion Cone is hot on his trail for stage 1 victory. T-Stone making a substitution tonight for the 20 machine. He's trying to get his first stage win in the Backwoods Racing Series. He might have another one, but either way, it's been a strong showing for your pole sitter. Lion Cone started on the outside of him, has caught up to him. He tries to send it in, but it's not going to be enough. Can he get the run? Exiting 4. No. T-Stone is going to be your stage 1 winner.
And good
at
battle back
Gateway.
here. Irish got passed by K-Therms and Yeti. Going to help both the 92 and 38 get an extra point. And
key spots out
was
of
able to retain the 10th and final spot over Spartan.
key people out of the points. Perk. Spartan, and Impact, all out of points in stage 1. Spartan not getting any stage points is definitely going to be a factor, as Georgia Dog got a lot there, Hendrick. He finished top 3 in that stage, so he just gained at least 4 stage points there. Key points for him, as the gap should be only like -4 now.
I'll work on it.
Crunch the numbers.
Never do it in that accent again. Never again.
Alright, here we go for stage number 2.
No, never again.
We are underway again. Line Cone got a great jump. He's going to be the clear. T-Stone nearly to 1. Nearly got the clear there. If he would have cleared him, that would have been massive for the 8 car. So they're still going to be side by side. T-Stone's got to draft him. Line Cone clears for the lead. He's going to take the lead from T-Stone for the first time tonight.
And now Sterlo bumps Georgia. And
oh, contact.
The 16 car up to 3rd.
They're all jumbled up behind him. Cobra and Georgia make a little contact entering the corner. It's going to send Georgia up the track a little bit. Cobra on his inside. He's going to be able to clear him off the corner. Sterlo making moves again up front. On the inside of T-Stone. Thought T-Stone had the best car heading into stage 1, but at the end there in the long run, his car started to fall off, and it looks like it's continuing to happen here, Hendrick, early on in stage 2.
Full contact GS to Spartan. They both moved up a couple spots. K-Thurn's one of those that lost a ton of time on that restart.
Oh man. Sterlo said he was trying to break my bracket. Well, right now, it's looking good at the moment. He drove from the rear of the field. He's now up to 2nd and only in stage 2, by the way. Stein on the, I think it's the rumble strip, as we like to call it, around the inside of this track. That is deadly. We saw it earlier. I think it was the 98 of Perk. He's finally back in this lead pack. He hit it and went around. No caution earlier in this race. Is Perk on the lead lap? He should be.
Yes.
He should be gaining positions at the moment.
He's on the lead
okay.
lap.
So unlike Impact, who pitted, he should be on the lead lap and an opportunity to gain more positions throughout the stage. But really, it sent him behind on the 8 ball, and he's just going to have to make track position as we go along during this event. It's going to be difficult, but it's possible. We saw Sterlo earlier. If you got a good car, you're able to make moves. Line Cone trying to break the draft, but Sterlo's got it, and he's going to be there very shortly. T-Stone, a little shallow on entry, but back up to 3rd, Hendrick. Georgia got around T-Stone, and he's hunting down Sterlo with that draft factor in play.
So now, new update regarding those point standings. Only noticeable changes. Line Cone is now the 3rd seed, getting by Spartan. Georgia 5 back from the 19. K-Thurn's 11 back.
And with this change, that cutoff line might not even matter, because Sterlo's making the dive to the inside of the 8 car. With this position change, if he continues to run this entire race and wins tonight, he could knock out Spartan from the playoff hunt. He would be on the outside. Oh, Sterlo slides up the track.
I was going to say, it will also put this guy on that cutoff spot in that 8 car. He just got up to 3rd.
Oh, 20 around. He saved it. Oh my God, I thought we were going to have a big one. Oh, Line and Sterlo make contact. They slap the track, but Sterlo still clears them as Line had to check up.
Iron's getting by the 1 for 4.
From last to the lead in stage 2. Sterlo, your new leader at Gateway. The speed has been impressive. We consider this a track hard to pass, but Sterlo said, hold my beer, and has passed everyone in this field as of this moment.
And now we're seeing teammates work together there. You just saw it in the 3. Irish Gabe lined a shot. That's going to be enough to re-clear for that second spot. Georgia still trying to find a way by. And Yeti has caught Cobra for the 5th place battle.
As we can see, Irish nearly got underneath the 18. 18's going to slap the track a little bit. Going to keep his nose straight. And they're still side by side back there for 5th. Yeti and Cobra subbing for B13 in that one machine. Yeti, a playoff driver on the outside, look, or no, technically above the cutoff line, just trying to get as many stage wins as he can after a great week at Pocono. Sat 2nd in the points, plus 15. Just continue to keep that rhythm tonight and hoping to advance into the Final 4. If he can't get a win as well. He clears Cobra, so he's now up to 5th. Irish is making the move on the 18. Couldn't get there, is going to fall back in line.
Meanwhile, 2 people who are struggling but are very close to getting into the top 10. K-Therms and Perk running around where the 54 Stein is. They are currently running 11, now 12 and 13 respectively. Looking to get that 11th spot away.
Is trying to gain track position. Remember, he wrecked in the beginning of stage 1. Whereas K-Therms has been, I feel like the speed isn't where he wants it to be tonight. As you can see him just slam to the track. Just, his car's not handling well. Probably doesn't like the track either. It's not working out well for him. All season long, Hendrick, we've seen consistency, but in this round, the tracks for him, Chicagoland, I feel like he had a tough break there, had some bad luck, and then tonight, currently, it doesn't look like he has the speed that he's had in recent weeks.
Someone else who has not had speed tonight is Impact. He is still out of the top 15, right behind his teammate. He currently runs in the 16th spot at the moment.
And now we're starting to see it, like he said, his teammate, Impact's teammate, Sterlo, is leading the race, whereas Impact is struggling, might be a lap down due to pitting in stage 1. But Irish is making the dive on Georgia now. He's finally got there on his inside lane, going to try to side draft him down this front straightaway contact. Oh, in the wall. You saw it too. Yeti's going to clear him as well. So Yeti gains a spot off that endeavor. He's up to 4th.
And Cobra looking to get by this 18 to go with it. That's a good chunk of potential stage points right there. The 18 just lost.
Just ripped away.
Midnight into the wall, exiting 2. Still trying
the
to
good thing for the 18, if Sterlo doesn't win tonight, 93 just moved the 20 of T-Stone up the track. He's going to take that spot, though. The good thing the main thing that Georgia wants, he wants Line Cone to win. I know this sounds crazy, but with Spartan a little struggling tonight, if Georgia can get 2 or 3 more spots ahead of Spartan at the moment, he could pass Spartan based off of points if he finishes higher tonight. So he wants either Line Cone to win this or Irish to go back-to-back this week, but he does not want Sterlo to win. That would ruin all of his chances to make the playoffs. There's still an opportunity to point his way in, but he'd rather go against Spartan than a guy like maybe Line.
Single car spin.
Can't believe they all missed him.
Exiting 4, he tried to get by EXO, and he went too low, and he spun around.
Perk and him have done the same mistake. And that's just unfortunate. You're trying to push your car to the limit. And like I said earlier, his car looked uncomfortable. He didn't look like he had the speed consistency that he wanted in the machine at Gateway, and he's hit the apron, spun himself out. It's unfortunate, but there's still time to recover. We have a whole another stage to go and play, and that's 48 laps, a lot longer than this stage.
2 to go.
As we have 2 laps to go.
I was gonna say,
I know, right?
On this. First is in 11, and now Spartan is under fire for 9th.
Georgia in the middle. He slams in the wall. He maybe went around.
No one went around. They saved him, but
they're slow.
Makes it 3 wide.
He's gonna steal the spots. Now there's only 1 spot separating him and Georgia Dog. That's not what Georgia needed, as we're coming to white flag for stage number 2. Sterlo, Line Cone, your top 2. It's going to be a great finish to the line. They're all neck and neck at the moment. Here comes Line. They're both playoff guys. Line Cone in the inside lane as we head into 3 and 4 for the last time. Down the backstretch. They're side by side for 3rd and 4th as well. Yeti on the inside of Irish. As we head into 3 and 4 for the last time. Undercut by Line. Look for the undercut.
Spartan got bumped up the track by his teammate. He's out of the top 10.
Oh. That's costly as Sterlo's going to win it in stage 2. Look for the battle back there.
Burke was able to get by both Spartan and Stein, and Spartan went from 9th to 12th.
And guess who got stage points again? Georgia Dog. But Sterlo, your stage 2 winner. He said he was going to break my bracket, and he's trying to do it. K-Therms is having a rough night. Alright, here we go. Alright, Sterlo gonna lead us to the green flag in stage number 3. It's a lot longer.
20 around. There they go
already.
Back.
Oh my god, already? The hell happened back there? Did someone miss a shift? That was crazy. Off the restart. So that's going to be our first caution of the night. The big one behind him. On the restart. Side by side for the race back. It's going to be close. Who's going to get it? Sterlo and Line Cone. Who wants to control the race when we go to the yellow? Sterlo on the inside. Here comes Line Cone on the outside. It's going to be a race to the finish line. Who is going to get the race back? I think it's going to be Sterlo. He does. He gets it.
Now update on that current playoff grid. Yeti's still in second, but Line closes in on him. Spartan now only 3 above Georgia. K-Therm still 11 down. Perk now 14 down.
And by the way, off that restart, Spartan jumped Georgia Dog. But with Sterlo leading, all of that doesn't matter. Who would be the cutoff driver if Sterlo wins tonight? And how much would the gap be for Spartan and Georgia Dog?
If Sterlo wins, Spartan would be out. Line would be the cut line guy now, and he would only be 7 ahead.
And that would be Spartan below the cutoff line. Okay.
Yes.
That would make things interesting, but at the same time, Spartan is hoping he doesn't have to deal with that type of situation. In my opinion, who would you rather have win, Spartan or Lined?
Depends on who you are.
If you're Spartan, oh my bad, Sterlo or Lined, who would you rather have win if you're Spartan?
I would rather have Line because he's already ahead of you in the standing. So if Sterlo
Yeti
wins,
does strategy.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Sterlo wins, that's obviously gonna push you below. But Line wins, it's not gonna do you much.
Exactly, and it would be better if Irish won too. Just prevent it from affecting you at all. Yeah, and I think I interrupted you a little bit. Like you said, you were explaining that Yeti took 2 tires. I don't know about this. I really don't think this will benefit him. I think he had a solid top 10 points position all night long. This could be a gamble that could bite him in the rear, but we'll see. I don't think they've done choose yet. They're doing choose this time by. Also, with this caution, we're going to go green with about 45 laps to go in this race. Fuel runs about 20 to 22 laps, so realistically, 45, right? You could. It's just on the edge of potentially saving. There's a chance we could see a some fuel saving by some drivers, but it's going to be very tight on the fuel capacity. We got 45 laps. Okay, when we go green, it'll
Well,
be 44.
there's a new face up here, and it's that 98 of Pert.
Ooh.
Third car on the inside.
Do you think he did the same thing as Yeti?
He could have, but he did get stage points in that second stage, so he did have some track position already.
Gotcha. Biggest loser was T-Stone on the last restart. I think he was involved in a huge wreck. Irish jumped up to the second row.
I was gonna say, I think T-Stone was the one that I think initially didn't go.
He might have missed a shift, to be honest with you, which can happen. And it just stacked the field and everyone died, basically. Alright. Yeti, your leader, he's going to lead us back to the green flag. As you can see now, he's on 2 tires. Let's see if that strategy works out for him, as we're going to be going green with about 44 laps to go in this race. Fuel strategy could become a factor if we go green all the way. We had our first caution. Here we go to the green flag. Yeti, your control car, here we go into the Geico restart zone. Great restart by the inside. Lion Cone already looking to make a move on the inside of Yeti. If Yeti slides up, that opens the door for Lion to make a move. Here comes Sterlo on the outside. He's going to clear Yeti. Taps the wall there a little bit. He clears him. So, Sterlo to the lead. And Lion Cone is still stuck behind the 92.
Hurt! Hits the apron, keeps it going! Little contact with impact and Georgia. I was gonna say, where's the 10 car also come from?
Impact finally back in the lead lap, trying to capitalize on that, and he is making moves in that number 10 machine. Rough night. Remember, he's in a must-win situation, I think, now at this point. No, not really, but he needs to have a great finish tonight to even get close to maybe potentially pointing his way in. Also up front, Lion Cone officially got around the 92 of Yeti on 2 tires, so that's a key spot. Can he hunt down the 16 again?
I'm still impressed with the comeback that the 10 has already formed up to that 6th spot. No stage points at all tonight. One of the few that didn't get hit. As he now looks to chase Georgia down for 5th.
This is like the comeback race. We saw earlier, Sterlo came back from the rear of the field, qualified really bad. Now the leader of this event. But don't look now, Lion Cone is there, and he is on the chopping block trying to get around him. He might work with the 16, as Yeti is still back there in 3rd, holding his own as of this moment. The draft is helping him keep in touch of the leaders. We can also see there's a gap now. I think Perk is the leader of this group.
Yeah, he just got by Impact for that 6th spot. Back here, Aethorns and Spartan doing battle. This is for 11.
40 to go.
As Impact up the track allows Cobra to go to the inside and make him run.
Also inside the front pack as well, Yeti's falling behind Irish. Here comes Jordan Dog for 4th. So Yeti is now starting to feel the effects of the tires. Lion Cone nearly got to the inside of the 16 of Sterlo as they continue to battle back there in the second pack. That is Stein and Impact side by side. I think this is just inside the top 10, around 8.
Just inside the top 10. Spartan runs in 11th. Now this is the battle for 10th. GS and Impact. '93 looking
Cobra
to get
trying
by,
to make a move.
entering 3. He's got it up front. Irish trying to hang on against Georgia. Who did get by Yeti. This 18 car showing life. A couple laps ago, he was just ahead.
Yeti's going to send the dive, though. Yeti said not so fast for Georgia. He's going to send it up his inside here.
Little contact.
Oh, contact. You saw that little curve, little looseness off the corner, but they keep it straight. All good between them. Perk is holding on to the 6th place position in the number 898. Right behind him is Cobra, and then back there is Stein and GS Racing. They've been side by side for a number of laps, and I think GS is going to lose some spots on the inside lane, technically.
Something has happened to Zero. He has some front end damage, and it's affecting his steering. We're going to see how that plays a role here in the future moments of this race.
And what I'm starting to see now is the top 2 are gapping 3rd. They're gapping Irish. There's no doubt about that. They have a lot more speed than Irish as of this moment, and it's showing in the racing pace as of this moment. It's really impressive what the top 2 are doing, but if they battle too early before the pit stops come.
Allows Yeti to go to the bottom here. I don't like that move by the 18. Trying to use the draft to 7, but he hits the wall. This is an important battle right here for Georgia. He wants to get away from Spartan. Right now, he's above him in points.
Yeah, but the issue is Sterlo is leading the race, and as soon as I talk about that, up front, Hendrick, there's a lead battle. There's a change.
Line should clear him exiting 2.
He does.
Just barely.
No, here comes Sterlo. No, it's clear, but Sterlo's going to get to the outside of line again. He's going to dive underneath him. Look for the bump.
He did.
Little bump of the track. Yeah. Line to the lead of this race. Again, he gets around the 16 who has led a majority of the laps in stage 3 and 2. But Line has been basically sitting in second all race long. Stage 1, I think we saw the 20 of T-Stone be really dominant and Line Cone sitting in second. Stage 2, Line lost the stage win to Sterlo, and now in stage 3, Line's got the opportunity to win the event if he continue to hold on.
Getting back by Georgia, and Perk is closing.
That's the problem. The real reason why they can't catch with the top 2, they're battling among themselves. That's why they aren't fighting for the win, but fighting for a top 3. Oh, Irish slides up the track again. They're battling. Here comes Georgia on the inside lane.
Watch for this 98 car. He is about to catch this draft.
See Yeti back to the inside of the 18. Taps him up the track a little bit. Georgia's not going to be happy about that, as they're having the battle again for the 4th spot. Yeti slides in front of him. Here comes Perk. To his inside lane. Yeti continues to hold up Georgia, and with doing this, it's allowed the top 2 to, and Irish also. Funny enough, I don't think Irish
in the middle of the turn. That's going to slow this group down.
Again, I don't think Irish has a great car at the moment. He's blocking as well. He's blocking Yeti in the 7. Oh, Irish up the track massively, slides up. Georgia having a let up there. It's going to cost some time as Perk gets a little free. Contact between Perk and Georgia. No, Perk lets up. He doesn't hit him.
Look who else is coming up here. GS and Stein lead this group back.
And if they continue to do this, they're going to invite the 1. They're going to invite the 20. And as soon as I talk about the 19, K-Therm slides up into him, taking that spot away from Spartan.
Georgia rebattling Yeti. Getting help from the 98.
See that up there. I feel like Sterlo is saving a little bit. He's not pushing as hard as he was earlier, I feel like. He's being conservative. I don't know, though.
Georgia still trying to get by. Pushes the 92 up the track. And Georgia is going to retake that 4th spot.
Back behind him, there's a great battle going on between the 1 and the 20 as the 20 falls back in line T-Stone. So Cobra is also trying to get back into this fight inside the top 5 as Yeti moves the 18 up the track again.
Oh,
Here comes
boy.
Perk, making it 3 wide. Here comes GS. Where does GS go? He's going to push the 92.
Update on Trip. He is done for the day. The
Oh,
struggle.
Georgia up the track. He gets slammed by Yeti. Yeti moves Georgia up the track. That's going to send him 3 wide off exit.
Hit the wall. He went down to the 92, and that pushed him right back up towards the outside wall.
He holds on to that spot as Irish is just trying to get away from the madness that is behind him. He just wants to get away with it, but the problem is his car isn't handling well. Oh, Perk in the wall. Here comes the 93. As Yeti's going to continue to fall back. Oh, they're sending it up. Here comes Stein in the 54 machine. Lined and Sterlo lapping
pitting.
the 36.
Yeti and K-Therms pitting. This is the
2
pit
playoff
cycle.
guys.
And
Remember
Yeti
when we were talking
nearly
about
lost
impact?
it trying to enter in.
Reminder when we were talking about Impact finally getting some track position?
Yeah.
Where is he at the moment? His car is severely damaged. He's behind, I think, Cowboy. No, that's. I think that's Cowboy Tech.
Cowboy Tech and
Either
Spartan.
Oh, Impact in the wall.
Spartan
Yeah,
also.
Impact. Struggling. Been a struggle for guys that we
Georgia
expected
giving
to run
shots to
well.
Irish. Not going to work. Wow, GS would creep in.
It's going to allow. He has a little bit of rear end damage because of Yeti sending Georgia Dog, so that's going to affect. Oh, Stein up the track. Perk on the inside of his car. He's going to make the move as they're going to go 4 wide up the corner. Here comes T-Stone in the 20 machine on the inside lane.
Georgia hitting this time.
Guess who joins him?
EXO.
The 21 of EXO. Not a playoff guy, my apologies.
GS had a moment off 4, had the break. Let's Perk by, and now T-Stone looking to follow this 98 car.
Reminder, that's not the battle for the lead. The battle for the lead is between Sterlo and Line. And here comes Line to pit road.
Sterlo goes with.
Yeah, they join one another. They're in hands, cahoots, as we like to call it. Oh,
T-Stone,
Sterlo in the grass
Perk.
a little bit.
Both going down.
They're all coming to pit road this time by. Oh, Sterlo gained a little bit on Line there on entry. Good execution as Irish stays out and takes over the lead. Going long.
GS
And
now
yes.
getting by Irish.
You can make it on fuel if you pit next time by.
GS now goes down. Brings Stein
GS and
with.
Stein. 19 of Spartan also down there with them. And yes, they are fuel saving the top 2, Irish and the 1 car of Cobra. They're going to pit this time by as they are basically on E for empty. Lion Cone and Sterlo coming out together. You can see them exiting pit road. Sterlo, a little nib in the grass. They're going to have to race off pit road.
Watch
So they're
7
still going to be
pit.
neck and neck.
Brings Cobra with, so the top 2 going down now.
Oh, in the grass,
got it.
Irish! But luckily for him, he had a win last week, so it doesn't matter. Oh, as he speeds probably in pit road, speeding up to try to catch up to the 1. There's no way Irish didn't speed. Irish definitely sped there.
Wait for confirmation. He was really
And the gap
close.
is still humongous, by the way. Between the 16, the 8, and
no
company.
penalty for Irish. And this is big
What a
for
send.
both Irish and Cobra, because when they pitted, they will now have 22 laps of fuel with 21 to go. So they are good to go on one stop.
I will say, though, they do have to let off and save a tiny bit as K-Therms is on the rumble strip. He nearly goes around there as he's getting passed by Georgia Dog and company on older tires. But that means, Hendrick, we're going to have some fuel strategy plays being in the cards. And unfortunately for the playoff guys who are not looking for a new winner, Cobra has jumped Irish on the strategy play. And either way, if Irish wins tonight, it wouldn't matter because he's already locked into the next round. So they want him to win.
Impact struggles continue. He just got passed by Cowboy Tech. Look at this battle back here. Perk, Yeti,
Moves 92.
Georgia.
Yeah, he was willing to move the 92 up the track.
20 car just gave a shot to the 18 down the backstretch. Nearly took him out.
Oh, there goes Trevi in the grass again, struggling tonight in the 36 machine.
Yeah, funny
and
enough,
up front, though.
Funny enough, my stream POV has Trevi in pit road this entire time.
Oof. I mean, there's not much to see. No offense, Trevi. It's been a rough night for him.
I'm glad I didn't say it.
It's been a rough night for him, all things considered. He's gotten laps. He was in the grass. It's been a rough night. It hasn't been his greatest.
So think about it like this.
Ooh.
So yeah, Short Thing Line and Sterlo are battling. Hurt in that third spot is another thing because of where he is in points. But I'm impressed though with this 18. Regardless of tonight, he is on pace to get by this 19 in points.
Yeah, but the problem is that he's got to keep himself straight. And also, when we're talking about this race win potential, well, yes, the top two, you see this huge gap back to them. But Cobra and Irish, if Cobra can save a little bit, are good on fuel. Those two are in the hot bird seat, catbird seat. They just got to pass the cars in front of them and not get wrecked. That is the key equation in this situation. They do not want to get wrecked, get screwed over potentially at the end here. But they are good on fuel. They should be pushing to the limit, maybe coast a little bit early on as we got 17 more laps to go.
I will give another shout out here. How about this 21 of EXO? He's in 8th place and he's right here with this group.
Look at EXO go. Look at the little guy. Flexing his little doodle arms. Oh, they got free. 20 car. T-Stone. Perk. Oh! Georgia just hit the pit wall, I think. He hit the wall on the outside lane.
Oh, and Perk.
As we see the 98 up the track.
Yeah, he's going to lose a lot of spots.
They're all trying to wind around him, get around him as he's slow up the track. K-Therms capitalizing on this. Is going to slide in front of K-Therms again. Here comes EXO. No, GS Racing being aggressive, making it 3 wide. He's going to steal all those positions. Here comes Cobra to the inside lane. He's going to take all the spots. Here comes Irish as well. They're looking. Oh, EXO up the track into Perk. So Perk went from potentially being the leader of this pack
Went from being in
to the back of it.
To out of the top 10.
Rough sequence of events for that driver as we see the one car trying to go away from his teammate of Irish. Cobra making moves now.
That last lap and a half, he lost 9 spots. And Cobra now looking to get by GS.
Yeah, Cobra just said free real estate when he was able to get around them all.
And now Irish right there behind the 93.
Irish and Cobra on the same strategy. So, oh, GS moves up the track a little bit. Bumper. It's not going to work out for GS. He didn't give, luckily, Cobra any rear end damage, so he should be fine as he's going to hawk down the 92 of Yeti. And I will say this, Line Cone and Sterlo, they do have methods to save fuel.
Very close call. I just want to mention this really quickly. Georgia got really loose now pitting this time.
Okay. Well, as the first of your
Oh, and he
playoff
messed
guys
it up.
pitting.
Back into the pit road entry. Excel pits with. Gains a lot of time. Doesn't speed.
Good execution. Here comes Irish to the inside of GS. He's going to make that move now. Here comes Cobra to the inside of Yeti. He's going to try to make the move into 3 and 4. Yeti might be aggressive blocking here. But he is eventually going to slide the track. The bumper to the... One gives the bumper to the 92. He said, I'm coming through. I'm trying to win a race. Not trying to be held up by you. As they get bumper hooked a little bit there. Coming into 1 and 2. Yeti right in front of Irish. He sends it. Luckily, the one car was out of reach.
Gonna take it. He's just going to yank that spot away.
He bumped into the 92, gave him a shot, and like he said, get out of my way. I'm trying to win this race.
Haytherm's going down this time in that 38 car.
I think Sterlo's saving. Oh, and the wall he goes. Sterlo's saving, Hendrick. I feel like he is. If he's not saving, then his pace is way back down.
Well, the thing is, not only does he have to save, he has to watch out for Cobra and Irish. Because those two can easily make it. Yeah, they may have to save like here and there, but they're going to make it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing that is worrying for the top 3 or top 2. He's in the grass, though. He keeps it straight. Still a little bit better than George's entry, who nearly lost it. Stein and GS Racing battling back there. 6th and 7th. Here comes Irish making the move. This could be the race-winning move if Sterlo and Line can't make it on fuel. He can't get around the one of Cobra. This is your battle on track for 4th. Here comes Irish back to the inside. They're going to be side by side entering 1 and 2. Side draft the 1 car. Here comes Irish, the 4th. GS and Stein behind him as Yeti's coming out pit road. The 1 car is going to get the run off, but Irish officially takes over 4th. And on the making on fuel currently, he takes that advantage in the lead from that strategy play. Now, how long does it take them to catch T-Stone and Sterlo if they have to save fuel of any manner? Which they do. Wait, hold on. Hendrick, when did Spartan pit?
Spartan was closer to one of the first ones to pit. He has not pitted yet. But he's going to have to.
Did he pit with Sterlo? Oh, never mind.
No.
He's not good on fuel at all. He's 8 laps in his tank.
Yeah, he's just been struggling handling-wise. He did get by Pert, but that's it.
Gotcha. Well, that is a key spot. That is one position. Actually, he's good on fuel. Hendrick, he's good on fuel. We have 6 laps to go. So the leaders, they've been saving. They might be good on fuel here if they saved enough. So the leader, if Spartan is good on fuel, I don't know how much Line has been saving really, but I know Sterlo has backed off his pace.
And here's the thing, since Spartan can make it, we know Georgia pitted. Georgia is running into 14th position right now. Spartan is running 8th. So this pretty much gives Spartan all those points he lost to that 5th place spot back.
Yeah, we're entering under 5 laps to go. No more cautions from this event. But your leader now, we're going to have to keep an eye on it because they could make it on fuel. That is a new storyline into this equation as Line Cone is your leader. Sterlo in 2nd. 3rd is T-Stone. 4th is going to be Irish. And then sitting back there in 5th is the 1 car of
So think of
Cobra.
all these cars here who did not make it again. Yeti down to 12. Georgia down to 14. K-Therms down to 15. Those last two names below the cut were the first two below that cut line.
Luckily for Cather, or for Yeti and Georgia Dog, there's not as many people in this field, so they won't have as bad of a finish as they could have gotten if everyone was involved, because we only have 19 tonight.
But I'm telling you, keep an eye on this 16. He is not far off from this 8, and he's actually closing in.
Yeah, so he was saving. I think he backed off to save fuel, but is there enough time to gain as we're entering under 2 laps to go at the line this time by? So does he have enough time? That's the real question. We will have a lap
in
car
a
of
second here,
Trevi.
about a half a second now.
He's gaining. He's gaining. This is going to be close. He's going to get there on the final lap.
Still having to stay.
Probably is, but we'll see if
Turbo
it's
is
enough
not
for line.
willing to save. He is going full on, all gas, no brakes.
He did his work earlier on, but the question is, can he get there on this final lap as we're entering the white flag this time by for Gateway? Line Cone is trying to win himself into the playoffs. Sterlo as well. Here we go into 1 and 2 for the last time.
Good entry by the 16. 8 being conservative.
He's got the gain.
2. 4-time
How
gain.
much can he gain?
Sterlo can do
I
a
don't.
Hail Mary if he wants to.
I don't think he can. There's not enough time.
He tried.
I think Lions got it. It's Lions' race. He's gonna get it done. Yes, Line Cone officially does it. He locks himself into the round of 4. He wins at Gateway. Sterlo second. Third is gonna be T-Stone after starting on pole. But Line Cone does it at Gateway. I predicted it on Wednesday night. He was my main pick, and he did it. Line Cone saves enough fuel. Him and Sterlo were the class of the field, and Sterlo saved a little bit. I think his strategy going into the last few runs was to save as much as possible early on so he could push at the end, but the end result was not what he wanted, sadly, so he finishes second. Third, T-Stone. Fourth, Irish. Fifth, Cobra. Stein, sixth. Seventh, GS Racing. Spartan recovers for an 8th place considering where Georgia finished. Ninth, Perk. And then Impact, surprisingly, Hendrick got a top 10.
Yeah, unfortunately for someone else, took that spot away from someone last second, and that was Cowboy Tech. He was running 10th during that white flag.
Aw, damn.
Cowboy Tech
Exo
does
Austin
get 11.
finished the lap down. 12. Alright, we'll get the... Want to do top 3?
I can.
Smaller field tonight. We could do top 5. I don't care.
Nah, just do
I'll do
top,
top
3.
3. Yeah. Man. Who's gonna get the fastest lap? We'll see. You're not breaking my brackets, Sterlo. Screw you. I knew line was good here. It was on the tip of my tongue.
Line fastest by 5
Alright.
1,000ths of a second over Georgia.
W's. Oh, I already invited T-Stone. Then we get lined in here and we'll be set. I call the winner. Ah, shit. This working? Oh, no. No! Fuck. We're broke. Shit. Think we're broke, ladies and gentlemen. We broke. Oh, that sucks. Alright, we're gonna head over to Hendrick's team for interviews. Thank you guys for watching. Again, congrats to Line Cone on winning at Gateway, locking himself into the round of 4. Huge W's for him. Congrats to him again. Sterlo gave him a challenge, but was not able to get there. So that's gonna do it for me on my stream point of view. Go over to regular show 48 for interviews, etc. I'll be right back to join his stream. See you guys later.